نرجع معكم بعد وقفتنا الصيفية. أهلا وسهلا بحلقة جديدة من سكوب وذ رايا. الليلة بحلقتنا الجديدة كل السكوبس من نجوم Independence Day Resurgence, Ghostbusters و Absolutely Fabulous.
Well, you woke up first.
تويتر سكوب من بطولة بليك لايفلي هالمرة مع أحلى الفان questions.
It's pretty epic.
وبيهايند ذا سينز مخصصة لفيلم ستار تريك بيوند يلي تصور بدبي.
You can't get better than that.
بالجزء الثاني كل الباز عن فيلم باد مامز و one on one انترفيو مثيرة جدا مع الأوسكار وينر جاريد ليتو حول دور الجوكر بسويسايد سكواد.
We're always happy to come back to Dubai.
أما بالجزء الأخير فنجوم ليجند اوف تارزان ألكساندر سكارسكارد ومارغو روبي هن هوت إن هوليوود، والإكسكلوسيف انترفيو هالمرة هي مع النجم الكبير مات ديمون وكل الكلام عن فيلم جيسون بورن.
My God, that's wonderful.
مساء الخير واهلا وسهلا بحلقه العوده من سكوب وذ رايا بعد وقفه رمضان. الليله اكيد اكبر النجوم بالعالم هن ضيوفنا بالبرنامج، وانا موجوده على البينك كاربت لفيلم سويسايد سكواد احد اكبر البلوك باسترز لهالصيفيه، لكن رح نبدا مع فقره سكوبس ونشوف كل روح الدعابه والجوكس يلي انا سمعتها من كل النجوم خلال هالصيفيه، لانه كنت حامل قبل ولاده بنتي لولا. بنشوف سوا.
It has its own gravity. What goes up must come down.
Shouldn't we be nervous?
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't be with you guys in Dubai because of the obvious reasons, but how was it? How was the visit?
You're great.
I hope so.
When are you due? Congratulations.
In a few weeks.
Thank you for doing this at this moment. My wife just had a baby 10 months, 11 months ago. Yeah. Is it your first
yes.
child? Do you know if it's a boy or a girl?
It's a baby girl.
Do you have the name?
Lola, yes.
Lola.
Now I'm being interviewed.
It's a beautiful
Lola's a beautiful name.
Thank you
Her
so
name
much.
is Lola. You know that song? Lola.
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh,
Did you
I'm
want to?
sorry. I'll let you.
Next time.
When are you due?
In 2.5 weeks.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it's happening. We could get it done.
If something happens during the interview, we never know. Were you fans of the first one? Obviously, it's the most cliche question.
Yeah.
I can ask you. It's like no one's asked you that before ever.
We haven't seen it yet.
No, or heard of it.
Yes, we've never heard of it. I did love the first one. Yeah, I love the first two. And I have a 6 and a 9-year-old. I have 2 daughters, and they really love it. So it truly lives large in our house.
I think I am now officially fatter sideways than I am front on.
Darling, you don't need those. I am your mirror.
How do I look?
Fabulous.
Thank you.
My baby's name is going to be Lola, so she kicked a lot when she heard that she was represented in the film.
I love the name Lola.
Lola.
Yeah, and it was so nice the way you pronounce it and everything. So
Lola.
When is your baby coming?
July 7th. So
No!
very soon.
My gosh, honey. Well, you're blooming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And growing by the
Growing.
second. But by the end of the interview, the shirt might not fit, you know.
The baby might be
the body snatchers.
I know. Yeah, hungry baby.
Well, it was such a pleasure to see the film, especially that baby Lola was kicking in the tummy. But when did you wake up, let's say at 5 in the morning and said, darling, it's time for a film?
Oh, well, you woke up first.
We'd always talked about a film, and Jennifer is such an able writer that it seemed truly, really tragic for the world to go without a nice film written by you. So I said to the world that the film would be written.
ننتقل إلى فقرة تويتر سكوب يلي عم نخصصها هالأسبوع للنجمة بليك لايفلي يلي جاوبت على كل أسئلتكم أنتم الفانز حول فيلمها الجديد الثريلر ذا شالوز. أول سؤال من الفانز لبليك لايفلي كان عن تجربتها بفيلم ذا شالوز وإذا تعلمت السيرفينج خصيصاً للوازم هالدور.
Well, I had a trainer who helped just get me strong because this was an athletic event as much as it was an acting film. We'd shoot 13-hour days, no lunch breaks, in the water the whole time, 4-foot waves. Even between takes, the waves kept going because they would get too still. So just to keep up. I had to be strong, and then I had the #1 junior surfer in the world as my surf double. I had her there saying, no, this is how the surfers do it. And I also had 2 of the top surfers in Mexico. They're the 2 guys in it. So I was surrounded by people that were really generous and fun, and they liked helping.
والفانز حبوا يعرفوا من بليك كيف أثر عليها هالفيلم.
It was a physical preparation as much as it was an emotional preparation because, you know, there's a lot of world building that you have to do in your head. Because there's not a lot of dialogue, in order to have the emotionality, you have to have such an imagination built before you get out there. And then when you're out there, it's all reaction because it's such a reactive film.
سؤال ثالث من الفانز لبليك لايفلي إذا بتستوحي عادة من زملاء الممثلين وإذا حست حالة غريبة لما مثلت وحدة بشالوز.
Well, what was really neat about this is that, you know, it's a purely isolation movie. When you think about that, you think, oh wow, that's a lot of pressure on me, and that's in such a physical movie that's going to be really hard on me. But you realize in an isolation movie how hard it is on the crew, even more than another movie, because normally isolation movies are like survival films like this, and the crew is in those same elements as you. You know, we had a crew in the water the whole time, whether it be the ocean or this, and the tank, and you really feel like you all survived something together. You walk out with proud battle wounds as a team.
واخيرا السؤال الحشري من الفانز لبليك لايفلي، مين هو السوبر هيرو المفضل عندك؟
Deadpool, come on. I mean, like, I can't think of a better superhero than Deadpool. He's pretty epic.
هلا صار دور كريس باين، إدريس ألبا، زاكاري كوينتو وكارل أوربن ليتكلموا معنا عن تجربة تصوير فيلم ستار تريك بيوند بدبي.
It's easy to get lost in the vastness of space. There's only yourself, your ship, your crew.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure to have you here in Dubai. We've always been in boring hotel rooms in Los Angeles and London, so this is not too shabby, is it?
No, it's good.
It's stunning.
It's
Look
very
at the color of that water. Yeah, that's beautiful here.
Yeah.
So it's your first time outside of the airport, so tell us about your first impressions, Chris.
Everybody has been incredibly gracious, and it's an exciting city. It's seemingly a city that is constantly transforming. There's so much construction happening, and it's this crazy combination of ancient and incredibly modern.
It's just not the first time for you, though.
No, not my first time. I think it's my second time here. I've always enjoyed Dubai, and I'm excited to actually film here. The last time I was here, I was DJing and for a party, but this time I'm doing my thing, and it's good. It feels good.
Well, at least I won't die alone.
Tell us a little bit more about your first impressions of Dubai as a filming location, especially for Star Trek Beyond.
Well, I think the first thing that struck me about Dubai, obviously, was its extraordinary architecture, and that really lends itself well for our film, because we know we're using Dubai for a very futuristic setting, and it's you know, obviously one of the most modern cities in the world, and it's exciting, it's architecturally vibrant, and it's just an absolute thrill to be here.
Yeah.
I agree. I just got here last night, so I haven't had much of a chance to experience the city firsthand, but there's so much to do here. So from a personal standpoint, in addition to all of the incredible aspects of the city architecturally, which lend themselves to the film, it also feels just so vital and vibrant, and we're all really excited to explore and have a lot of different kinds of adventures, I imagine.
They're boarding us.
This is where the frontier pushes back.
What the hell is this?
It's extraordinary that we're celebrating 50 years of Star Trek. So what do you think makes that story so enduring with the fans? It reinvented itself so many times, but still, you know, there's interest for it for 5 decades.
There's a human interest that spans, you know, the entire globe about what is out there. And Star Trek fundamentally is about that. And I think also Gene Roddenberry's vision of the world was, especially in such a divisive and crazy time as the 60s were, and the threat of Cold War, that there was a crew made up of an African-American woman, a Russian, an alien. This was a utopian, yeah, there are Scots, but there's a utopian vision of how people can work together despite cultural differences.
You really want to head back out there, huh?
How much does the fan base become part of your life, especially when you're filming?
Probably least of all when we're filming, because we're so invested and immersed in the work, and removed from the external experience of it. It's just such a epic, outpouring of support and enthusiasm for what we just discovered in the press conference is really like the oldest franchise that's out there.
Our captain will come for us. Mercy will be the last thing on his mind.
I am counting on it.
Idris, as a Trekkie, what do you most like about it?
I think Chris has said it perfectly. This film embodies that. You are looking at several different cultures in one spaceship, visiting another culture. You can't get better than that. And I think also the last 3 films, which sort of reinvented it and put some more energy into it, have just taken it to another level.
Fire at will!
بعد البريك ميلا كونيس منا مثالية بفيلم باد مامز، وكل تفاصيل فيلم سويسايد سكواد مع جاريد ليتو. خليكن معنا بسكوب وذ رايا. عودة لسكوب وذ رايا من البينك كاربت لفيلم سويسايد سكواد هون بلندن، وهلا رح ننتقل لفقرة سكوب باز عم نخصصها للكوميدي الجديدة باد مامز، وين ميلا كونيس، كريستن بيل وايضا كريستينا ابلغيت كلهم بيمثلوا ادوار امهات سيئة، واعطونا اكيد كل النصائح السيئة عن الامومة. بنشوف سوا.
I'm going to try to do everything by myself today, which should be fine.
طلبت أولاً من ميلا كونيس وكاثرين هان إنهم يعطوني نصائح عن الأمومة.
Oh, trust your gut. Just trust your gut.
Yeah, it's okay to make mistakes. Just know it's okay. Like, don't get too hard on yourself and don't wallow in like your mistake. Just, it's okay. Your baby will not imprint anything that you just did.
Ask for help.
Fine. Ask for help is really important. It's okay to ask for help.
Showers are unnecessary.
But not every day, so it's understandable when 3 days goes by.
No.
Nope. That's just me. That's just me.
No, absolutely. 3 days go, and it's fine. But sometimes just standing in a shower and you feel like you just feel guilty even doing that.
Sometimes I sat in the shower.
Totally.
Oh my God, I was like.
But I was such a nerd, I would like bring the Moses basket in and lay it on the ground. I'd be like, you okay? And I was like, this is nuts.
All the time through the little glass, literally, Moses basket, same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, she's alive. She's
alive.
Like, of course she's alive.
Yeah, of course. It's crazy.
So stupid.
But it's and now it's gone.
تاني سؤال إذا هن بيحسوا بالمسؤولية إنه يكونوا أفضل أمهات ممكن.
This is amazing.
It's all self-inflicting pressure. It's just something that you do to yourself, but you quickly learn. I had a really great support system. I really did. I have an amazing group of girlfriends, and I have an amazing mom and amazing in-laws, and I'm very fortunate and very lucky. And I have an incredible husband, and I think having that partner in life and through this kind of calmed both of us down.
I'm gonna be late for my first soccer practice.
وهل هيدا ضغط عليهم؟
Okay, I'm trying.
Well, try harder, dude.
No, I really do believe it's also self-inflicting. I think that's you can only blame society for so much. I think otherwise, because I put so much pressure on myself in the very beginning, and it had nothing to do with my surroundings, and it had nothing to do with my girlfriends. It had to only do with me. And a part of me believes that there's this oversaturation of information, and so there's something beautiful about 30 years ago when people knew very little, and so you kind of just did what you had to do.
وبالبريمير لفيلم باد مامز التقينا بكريستينا ابلغيت أيضاً لتتكلم معنا عن تجربة هالفيلم كونها هي كمان أم.
This was such a great experience. I'm so happy that I got to meet these 5 women who are all moms. They're all intelligent, they're all supportive, they're all kind, they're all funny, they're all everything. I mean, I'm so grateful that I've gotten to have this opportunity to be in this movie with them.
شوفوا هون مئات الفانز مجمعين ليشوفوا نجومهم المفضلين من فيلم سويسايد سكواد، خاصة جاريد ليتو يلي أكيد بيأدي دور الجوكر بهالرول المميز جدا جدا. خلينا نشوف الون اون وان انترفيو الاكسكلوسيف يلي أديتها مع جاريد حول هالفيلم المميز جدا.
It's a pleasure to talk to you about this role. I enjoyed so much the mixture of Joker and David Bowie, in my opinion. How did you see it?
You're the first person to mention David Bowie, but he certainly was an inspiration. I saw the Joker as an opportunity to create something new and different. You know, we studied dictators, we studied cartel leaders, we studied preachers. And I think he has a little of all of those. You know, he's a bit of a performer. He loves to toy with people, to manipulate. So he's highly intelligent. Someone who doesn't have any rules, a completely spontaneous character who is totally unpredictable.
I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
We discover here that he also may have soft spots, which is something I haven't seen on screen, you know, the emotional side of the Joker. How much did you enjoy that aspect that's being explored now?
I think it's interesting because it's not ground that we've covered before. So that's really fun to explore new territory.
I can't wait to show you my toys.
Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go.
Your experience as a musician must make you want to contribute in the styling of your characters. Was it all the more here, and how much were you involved into how he looked?
Well, it was definitely a collaboration. I mean, David Ayer, the director, was very focused on tattoos and a specific haircut. And you know, we debated and discussed all kinds of ideas for every single element, from the shoes to the clothes to everything else. But you know, the voice and the laugh and those other things, that was left up to me. But there were a lot of the physical attributes that were, you know, a conversation, collaboration between David and I.
Were you want to watch or read about supervillains when you were younger? Is it something that ever interested you?
I always liked the bad guy. I always loved the bad guy in films, and I always want the bad guy to get away. I always think it's such a tragedy that the most fun characters always end up having to be arrested or to get put away or something.
Your fans in Dubai want to know when the Martians are coming back to perform.
Hopefully soon. I mean, we had a great show in Dubai not too long ago, and you know, it's a really special place. It's you know, this impossible dream, and we're always happy to come back to Dubai and the Middle East in general. We've had great shows all in that region.
Finally, you're always asked about the difference between music and movies, but that's not what I want to know today. Is it all about creativity for you, and this is how you choose what you do next?
I think so. That's a good way to put it. I think whether I'm directing or acting or making music, it's probably about what's the next most interesting creative project, yeah.
And what will be next? When will we see you in a film next? Because you know, the fans are always scared that you're gonna be away for a bit of a while, like you did after Dallas Buyers Club.
Well, we'll see. I have an album that I'm finishing up now. It's our 5th album for 30 Seconds to Mars, and I have a film I may make later this year too.
That's sworn to secrecy, kind of.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Darren.
We got a job to do.
بالجزء الأخير من سكوب وذ رايا الليلة نجوم ذا ليجند اوف تارزان هن هات ان هوليوود، وعنا اكسكلوسيف 1 on 1 انترفيو جديدة مع النجم بنفسه مات ديمون عم يتكلم عن جيسون بورن. خليكن معنا. حلقتنا الجديدة من سكوب وزوايا هون بلندن بالبريمير للسوسايد سكواد. واحدى نجمات الفيلم هي أكيد مارغو روبي اللي اشتركت أيضا بفيلم ذا ليجند اوف تارزان مع ألكسندر سكارسكارد، واثنيناتهم هن هاتن هوليوود بالحلقة اليوم.
There's 1,000 men down there, 20,000 more on the way. We don't stand a chance.
A normal man can do the impossible to save the woman he loves. My husband is no normal man.
It is such a pleasure to meet you both together to talk about this. Obviously, the chemistry is so important to this story. Did it work from the beginning, or did you work on it? How did it go?
We worked on it for nothing.
We had to just, you know.
That was honestly one of the easiest parts of it because we got along immediately. And we had lots of time, like it was a really long shoot, so we had so much time to hang out. We had pre-production to kind of like really talk about our characters' relationship and our history and backstory, so it was a really good situation.
As soon as David, our director, told us that Margaret was interested in playing Jane, and we met up, it was, I wasn't worried anymore.
It's nothing to worry about.
No.
It worked very well.
You may not like who you were. You may have enemies there, but you need to go home.
Who had the biggest challenge in terms of physical fitness? Because I think, you know, he does. But Jane, you know, has a, you know, run for her money as well, right?
Yeah, I was fine. I wasn't on a diet for 9 months, so I was absolutely fine.
So it was restrictions on anything you could
Yes, I had Magna as my trainer, like this, hovering over my shoulder for 9 months. Like, oh, no. It was a very strict diet, yeah.
And now you never want to see him again.
You never want to see him again.
I've never spoken to Magnus again.
He's Tarzan, you're Jane. He'll come for you.
And what's most enjoyable about the experience? Obviously, you film it on a soundstage that looks so real, and then the visual effects, and you're kind of immersed into a world, aren't you?
Totally. That was by far my favorite part of this. I hadn't worked on a film of this scale before, and I definitely wasn't prepared to see sets as large as we had and as intricate and beautiful, and I mean, the whole thing was absolutely astounding. So to come into work every day and get to run around was just, yeah, it was really fun.
And is it the kind of film that you look forward to seeing as a final product because so much is added
Of course,
later?
like with the animals being CGI and like Margot said, we had massive sets, but we also had green screen deep in the background, and then they went down to Gabon in Africa for 6 weeks when we wrapped the movie to shoot plate shots to give it even more depth. So just incredible to see it.
Yeah, the magic of movie making
Yeah.
stays alive,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Yeah.
نجاح مات دايما بهوليوود عنده عدة أسباب، هو كتير لطيف، هو كتير موهوب وبيعرف يختار أدواره، من الأدوار المميزة اللي انعرف بفضلها مات دايما أكيد دور جيسون بورن، وهلا قاعد ببيج بلاك باستر موفي لهالدور، وأنا كان لي الشرف إنه أرجع أتلاقى بمات لأتكلم عن هالمشروع الجديد.
You look well. Have you been on holiday?
Thank you. No, I've been on maternity leave.
Oh, really? Oh my God, that's wonderful.
Thank you. So
What
I
did
know you have
What
girls.
did you name her?
Lola.
Lola, that's great. I have
Yeah.
a great friend of mine named his daughter Lola. It's a wonderful
Lovely.
name. I love it.
And daughters are great, as you know.
They're
so
the
it's
best.
So cool.
Yeah.
This is Jason Bourne. I need to talk. 32 kills. People are safer because of what you did.
Well, I saw the film before I gave birth, actually, and it was like such a rush of adrenaline because those movies, they just take you on a ride.
Yeah.
For you, is it the same? Do you just follow that rhythm?
Yeah, it's why I love Paul Greengrass. I mean, his movies all have that, you know, that incredible, that visceral,
Yeah.
you know, urgency, and they're just kind of put you on the edge of your seat, and it's just because of the kind of filmmaker he is, and so that's why I was so adamant about not wanting to do another one of these movies without him, because he really is the key piece to all of this and to it working.
I know who I am.
When we are finished with you, you'll no longer be yourself.
Remembering everything doesn't mean you know everything.
Tell me.
I'm sure you wouldn't want to do a character so often if he wasn't that interesting and had such a layer every time. There's so many things to say about him.
Yeah, and you know, and this movie's, I'd say, a little darker than, you know,
Yes.
I mean, it's where we find him, and, you know, he's, and that was by design. I mean, we felt like if as Paul said, if the movie starts and Jason Bourne looks like he's been living well for 10 years, like, we have no movie, you know?
Yes,
he's got to
exactly.
start in this place where he's damaged and you know, kind of living on the margins of society, and so you're right, it does give me more to play as an actor. It is very interesting, and, you know, and I love the character. You know, I think he's a really, really interesting and dynamic and complicated person.
And it works for you. I think you're very interesting as him as well as a character. There's a good chemistry between actor and character with
Yeah.
this one.
I like him.
Yeah. He likes you too, I guess.
I volunteered because of a lie.
And locations are very important. Obviously, last time we met for The Martian and you had gone to Jordan. This time, Jason Bourne goes to my hometown, Beirut, but you didn't go, right? It's just a little bit in the story.
We shot in Tenerife in the Canary Islands, so the Beirut scene and also the Athens riot was all, and also the Greek-Macedonia border, that first fight, that's all in Tenerife. That Athens scene, it took us about 4 weeks. And we shot, it was night shooting, so we, you know, the sun goes down and we start shooting until the sun comes up in the morning. And we had these extras, hundreds and hundreds of locals, you know, who obviously Spanish was their first language, but they all learned chants in Greek so that they could do that scene. And they just had so much energy and enthusiasm, and they really made that sequence work. I mean, I'm really proud of that sequence. It feels like Athens to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And it did feel like Beirut, where this was supposed to take place. I can tell you it was quite authentic.
Oh, good.
We gotta move.
So the Bourne movies have kind of rhythmed your career in the last, 15 years. I don't know how long it's been. Each one of them was a different step of your career. How do you feel about that? The career's gone so well. It's evolved so nicely. For him, is he like a different step, different turning point for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think, as I think back on making the 4 movies, you're right, my life has been in so many different stages, and this role has been a constant through that kind of 15 or 16 years, and yeah, now I'm in a really good stage of my life where I'm,
it's all good everywhere.
Yeah, the kids are out of diapers, and it's like, but the hard part, I'd say, is trying to get back in shape to play Jason Bourne when you're 45 years old. It's very, very difficult, but if that's the worst thing I have to complain about, it's not much.
Well, hey, it worked very well. My unborn daughter kicked very nicely during the film. So
excellent.
All good.
Excellent. Great.
Thank you so much. Great to see
congratulations.
you. Thank you
very
very
it's wonderful.
much.
You're never gonna find any peace. Not till you admit to yourself who you really are.
استمتعتوا باللقاء مع مات دايمون، ووصلنا لنهاية حلقة اليوم من سكوب وذ رايا. لاقونا الأسبوع المقبل مع حلقة مليئة بالبيج سيلبرتيز، من ستيفن سبيلبرغ لميليسا ماكارثي، كيفن هارت، جونا هيل، وخاصة البيج سوبر ستار ويل سميث للسويسايد سكواد. ما تنسوا تتابعونا وتتابعونا عبر السوشيال ميديا على تويتر، انستغرام وفيسبوك. اتابعوا كل أخبار المشاهير والنيو فيديوز لسكوب على mbc.net/scoopwithraya، وكل حلقاتنا على shahid.net/scoopwithraya. See you next week. Ciao.